Many people believe that Chinese people can eat anything that they catch, so no wild creatures can exist in quantity in this country. However, you don't know that decades ago, Chinese farmers were very afraid of a species of crayfish when they were first introduced to China. And until now, they are still listed as a level 2 invasive species in this country. Join us to learn about this invasive shellfish species in China's agriculture. Crayfish are farmed all over the world, but they also exist in huge wild populations. Wild crayfish populations have become feared invasive creatures in many areas of the world, including China. China introduced giant crayfish from Japan in the 1930s and 1940s, and Japan imported them from the United States before that, primarily for food and pets. Giant freshwater crayfish are often raised in crop fields, the most suitable being wet rice fields. After stalking, giant freshwater crayfish can live and survive on their own. This shellfish species has the ability to adapt well to all living environments. Many individuals escape from the farming area and become an invasive species, causing negative impacts on other livestock species. This species of shellfish can establish populations extremely quickly and spread easily. They pose a threat to local fish, crustaceans, and aquatic plants, and destroy the food chain. Giant freshwater crayfish directly cause catastrophic damage to crops, especially aquatic and semi-aquatic crops such as rice and natural vegetation, by eating into the root system. This species of shellfish also often burrows in field areas, leading to water loss. Crayfish have very complex feeding habits, which have a certain impact on the development of small fish and the farming process of other aquatic products. Crayfish have high adaptability and can withstand stress. With diverse feeding habits and a fast growth rate, they often destroy crops, especially rice, and can compete with local freshwater crayfish species. Crayfish are found in a variety of habitats, including wetland grasslands, karst systems, swamps, and streams, and can also live in irrigation canals and reservoirs. This species can tolerate a variety of environmental conditions, including low oxygen levels and high temperatures. Crayfish can eat anything they can reach, including rotting plants, dead fish, and insects. They are a highly destructive invasive species that is spreading throughout ecosystems in Africa and some other regions. But in China, this crustacean went from being the most hated species in the 1990s to suddenly becoming a billion-dollar seafood species. When people start to prepare them with many spices, they create a delicious and attractive dish. This crustacean, once a hated invasive species, now has a big place on Chinese banquet tables. The crayfish market in this country has increased rapidly in recent years and reached 1.1 million tons. Meanwhile, the total value of the giant freshwater crayfish industry has reached 268.5 billion yuan, equivalent to $38.6 billion. Currently, Chinese farmers have expanded giant freshwater crayfish farming in many regions of the world and brought high profits. The products are still consumed domestically in China, and a small part is exported to Russia. Today, Southeast Asian countries and Japan all have policies banning the import of giant freshwater crayfish from China because of the harmful effects of this creature. If not controlled well, they will become the biggest invasive species for wet rice agriculture in these areas. Giant freshwater crayfish are currently considered one of the popular dishes among Chinese youth. They are sold in luxury stores and street food stalls when processed into different dishes. When cooked, giant freshwater crayfish have a very eye-catching red color, along with typical spices that will help make the dish more attractive. The protein content in giant freshwater crayfish is very high. The meat is soft and easy to digest, making it a good food for people who are weak or need to nourish the body after illness. Crayfish meat is also rich in magnesium, iodine, selenium, etc., and magnesium is very good for the heart. These elements play important regulatory roles and can protect the cardiovascular system. It can reduce cholesterol content in the blood and prevent arteriosclerosis. It can also widen the coronary arteries and help prevent hypertension and myocardial infarction. Because crayfish are larger than other freshwater shellfish and have relatively abundant and delicious meat, they are processed into a variety of dishes, all of which are widely accepted by Chinese people. Today's video ends here. How do you feel today? Please comment a lot below to let us know. Don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. For now, goodbye and see you again in the next videos.